Good morning, everybody. It's Corey from The Abundant Artist, and I am excited to share with you some stuff today. I've got my hot chocolate from Barista here in Portland, my favorite local coffee shop. I don't drink coffee, but I do love a good hot chocolate, and this Valrhona dark hot chocolate is really good. That's not an ad. I just like this hot chocolate a lot. So good morning. I sent an email out this morning. If you're not on the email list or you haven't checked your email yet, the email was about the book launch party. So you may or may not have seen me talking about this, which is my book, How to Sell Your Art Online. I am very excited about it. We're going to talk about that today. I am on the Portland waterfront. This is the Hawthorne Bridge. Love that. Love my morning walks. And over behind me here, you can see the remnants of the Portland Rose Festival, which was last week. There's a carnival here and all that good stuff. So I'm excited that you're here. We're going to talk a little bit about the book. This is How to Sell Your Art Online, live a successful life, a successful creative life on your own terms. And that's my name there at the bottom, Corey Huff. Pretty excited about it. So let's see what's going on. On June 28th, which is the day the book actually comes out, you just saw a physical copy there. I have a few physical copies, but pretty soon the book's going to be available for general release. It's available for pre-order on Amazon and your other online retailers, Barnes & Noble and HarperCollins. That's our publisher. You can go to their website and look at it. You can get it on Books A Million. So all of those places, all the digital places, Kindle, all that good stuff. So it's also illustrated. Excited about that. So, hey, Deborah. Great to see you. Watching from Italy. That's cool. So on June 28th, the day the book actually is officially released, we are going to be doing an all-day live video broadcast. And it'll look something like this. But it'll be higher quality sound because I won't be outside. But basically what's going to happen is in the book, we highlight a couple dozen artists from all over the world who are selling their work online, selling their work in other places, and for the most part doing it without the help of galleries. So these artists are independent artists who figured out how to make a living from their work, and it's really fun, really exciting to watch. And for the broadcast on June 28th, we are going to have, that's what I'm looking for, we're going to have a bunch of these artists on the broadcast. So we're going to start at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time on June 28th, and we're going to have Shirley Williams, who's an artist. She's got a great story. We had her on the podcast a couple years ago. Shirley was an artist who, for a long time, was going the traditional gallery route. She was selling her work in galleries, and her prices were moving up and up and up. And then at some point, she realized that the galleries were making more money off of her work than she was. And she realized that if she took her work out of the galleries and sold her work on her own, even if she sold it for less than what the galleries were selling it for, she could make more money. She would also be able to manage her relationships with collectors directly and have them as lifelong collectors. So she pulled all of her work out of her galleries and started selling out of her studio in North Carolina. And she's done very well. She's making more money now than she ever has in her life. She's got a base of collectors who love her work, and she's having a great time. So we're going to start the broadcast on June 28th at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. And we're going to bring on Shirley. We're going to bring on Cynthia Morris, who is the illustrator for the book. We're going to tell the story of how I asked her to illustrate the book, walking through the streets in Paris. We are also going to have on Gwen Siemel, who I talk about at the beginning of the book as a prototype of the new way that artists are selling their work. Gwen's been selling her work online for 10 years, so she'll be great to have her on. Owen Garrett, a pencil artist who's based in Alberta, Canada. He has his own art gallery up there and has done very well. We're also going to bring on Lisa Call, who is a textile artist, and she'll be joining us from New Zealand. She just recently relocated, moved all of her life and stuff to New Zealand. It'll be fun to have her on. So I'm excited to have all these artists on. We're also going to have a couple of other guests who are not artists, but who are some of my best friends. My buddy Charlie Gilkey, who is a productivity specialist, a productivity expert, is going to be on. He's got an awesome podcast called The Creative Giant Show, and Charlie is going to come on and talk about productivity. He's also my business coach, so we'll talk a little bit about how I think about my business and what's going to happen for the Abundant Artist in the future. We're also going to bring on Jason Van Orden, who is a good friend of mine who runs the Internet Business Mastery podcast. He's been teaching people how to sell stuff online for over a decade, and he's got some great insights. I've known him since college, and it'll be a grand reunion. He'll be joining us from New York. So it should be a lot of fun to come and just have a video hangout for the day where we talk about all the ways to sell art, and have these artists talk about how they grew their careers. And here's the cool thing, you'll be able to get some free coaching from me and the other artists who are joining us for this call. And here's how you can do that. Basically, all you have to do is, and by the way, if you have questions for me while you're watching this video, questions about the broadcast, about the book, or about anything else related to your art business, feel free to post your questions in the comments. I'm happy to answer those while I'm on here. So the way that you can get some free coaching from us on June 28th, if you go buy the book on Amazon, you go to Amazon.com and search for How to Sell Your Art Online, you should find my book. It looks like this. How to Sell Your Art Online. Go to Amazon and look for the book. Buy your copy, whether you buy a physical copy or a digital copy. And you can also buy it in other places, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, HarperCollins website. And but forward your receipt to me, and you can forward your email receipt, or if you buy a physical copy, you can take a picture of your paper receipt and forward it to me at help@theabundantartist.com, HELP at theabundantartist.com. Go ahead and forward your receipt to me, and I will go ahead and slot you in to join us for the live broadcast, and we'll do a teardown of your website or the way that you're selling your work, anything that makes sense to you. So email me your receipt along with your I just learned that you have to turn off incoming calls. I got an incoming call and it interrupted my broadcast. Hopefully you stuck around. So basically, yeah, send me an email, help@theabundantartist.com, with your receipt and your biggest business questions, and we will go ahead and slot you in to come and join us for the live broadcast. I'm excited about the book. I'm excited about everything that's going on at The Abundant Artist, the 8-week challenge that we just did. So much good stuff is happening over here, and I'm looking forward to seeing how things go. The other thing I was going to say is it would be really helpful, if you're on the fence about buying the book, let me make a completely impertinent request. Please buy the book today or in the next couple of days, because the way that Amazon.com's rankings work is, when you go to the product details on the book, you'll see that it's ranked number 41 in books about art business or something like that. The way that Amazon's rankings work is all the sales that happen this week and next week will affect its visibility. When you go to Amazon and you buy a book and it says people who buy this book also bought, and people who buy these, in this category, here are the top books in this category. The more people who buy the book this week, the more likely we are to move up the rankings when we launch on June 28th. So if you buy the book today, I will be very happy, and I will do a little dance. So thank you to Maria and all the other artists who've already pre-ordered and sent the book my way. So I really appreciate you very much. And let me know if I can do anything else for you, and we'll go ahead and sign off. Thanks so much, everybody, and have a great day.